So what we want to do is play exactly what Rob Parker had to say during this conversation on The Odd Couple alongside Antonio Daniels, and then I want you guys to listen to that, and then we're going to come back and react to your comments. Take a listen to that there.
You're right, Chris. There is a difference between saying Denver's going to lose and writing off Jokic.
That's
you know how many
all
people
I'm saying.
called in? Right. You know how many people called in our Sirius XM show when Denver was down 0-2 and called Nikola Jokic overrated?
Thank you.
Said that the Denver Nuggets team was overrated. That they knew that he wasn't this good. They just had an easier run last year in the playoffs.
Thank you.
All
That's what
these
they tried to
hurt.
discredit him.
Yes, no question about it. They definitely tried to discredit him. And with me, this is the funniest and most frustrating thing about covering the playoffs is the fact that the narratives change so quickly. Now the phone stopped ringing. The phone stopped ringing about those that were writing off Nikola Jokic. Now it's going the other way. You know, now all because somebody has to get blamed when you lose. No teams just lose and just walk off in the sunset, especially in the postseason. Like, it's a blessing and a curse to make it to the postseason. The blessing is you make it to the postseason. The curse is the fact that when you lose, conversations are had that aren't had otherwise.
Giving receipts like that, I'll accept that. If you had callers calling in saying Jokic isn't as good, and I didn't see that, but that's fine. If you say that, that's good. I'll accept that.
I tried to tell you. Okay.
Rob said that.
Wrong.
Rob said that. If you would tell me callers like that,
I didn't write down
fine.
everybody's name, but I'm just talking about, Antonio, the vibe that I got, the reason that people were so quick to give up. You just talked about it. They won a championship, and right away they lose 2 games, and they were waiting because there's to me, this is just what I feel. There's no math to this. There's no science, okay? Is that they don't want him to be the best player. They would rather not him be the best player. They would rather not.
Why?
And because he doesn't fit in with everything that's the NBA. This guy comes over, he treats this job like a 9-to-5, Antonio. Like, he's working, he's over here, he can't wait for the season to be over. He can't wait to go back to his homeland, right? And play around with his horses and live that life. He's not a part of this. He doesn't care about this stuff. He's not wrapped up in social media and beefs with other people.
I know, but my thing is, I'm not saying I disagree with you, Rob, but what I'm asking is, if they don't want Jokic to be that guy, who do they want to be that guy?
They want Ant-Man. They were hoping against hope that this guy who won 1 playoff series in his life and was up 2-0, that they were ready to stay. I've seen it before. Devin Booker, he's the next Kobe Bryant. They were up 2-0 in the finals against Milwaukee.
Right. And
Chris Paul is a top 5 point guard now. Once he wins the championship.
About Chris Paul.
I'm just saying, like, this is what people do, and if they could discard Jokic, they would. That's all I'm saying.
Antonio, do you think that?
I don't disagree with that.
So you heard what they had to say, and then they took it a step further when they said, well, who do you think the NBA wants to be the face of the league? And they said, Anthony Edwards. What are my thoughts on this? First of all, I believe that there's truth to this. And I want to say that I can understand it from the standpoint of the NBA. Why? The NBA, man, has been a product that has been dominated by homegrown athletes, from the Larry Birds to the Magic Johnsons, to the Michael Jordans, to the Kobe Bryants, to the LeBron Jameses, and of course to Stephen Curry. And the list goes on and on, Kevin Durant, and all of these guys. These are all American players, and, it's a sport that was popularized in the United States. So it would make sense. It makes sense for them to continue to market the game around, their fans around the state, fans in the States. But what has happened over the last 15 to 20 years in the NBA is that it has become a global game. And the irony of that is the NBA has been the one that has promoted this. And it really started off with Yao Ming. When Yao Ming initially came to the NBA, it was a very, very big deal, especially in China. But at the time, the NBA was trying to expand its brand, expand its viewership demographics, and go out there and get people around the world. And since then, we've seen a lot of great international players. Of course, you had Hakeem Olajuwon, who was there, but if we're talking about the last, let's say, 10 years, there have been a lot of great international players. You have players like SGA. You have players like Giannis Antetokounmpo, of course, Luka Doncic. You have Joel Embiid, who's from Cameroon, but just recently became an American citizen. Then you have Nikola Jokic, and some other players that I probably can't think of at the moment. Jamal Murray, he's from Canada as well, right? So you have all of these guys. And with that, you have these players from all over the world, and you're now beginning to bring in their fan base. And once you bring in their fan base, you're bringing in new eyeballs. But then the question then becomes, why is the NBA not promoting these stars as much? And I think, and I could be 100% wrong, but I think that maybe the numbers don't match up. Maybe there's more viewership within the United States, and therefore it would make sense to continue to promote some of those type of stars. That's what I think. I don't know. I don't know the numbers and all of that.